Howdy, hey, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 22. It's been a couple weeks, and it's my fault. Last weekend, I kind of just went creek jumping because it was so hot and there's a lot of people out, but I just wanted to look at these creeks. And so I only, spent a short time at each one as I drove upriver and on the back roads. And, you never know unless you look. So I did find a few specks of gold, but I did, once I got there, I realized I forgot you, the camera. So I apologize. But you didn't miss a lot of gold, but you did miss some very beautiful scenery. And also, I gained several new subscribers, and thank you. I really appreciate that. Still surprises me, but I really appreciate it. Also, a little weight update. I hit my 25-pound gold last weekend, so I got to have a pizza. So that was awesome. But now I just got to do another 10 pounds, and then I can have another pizza. It's slowed down considerably, but I'll get there. So today, just to tell you what's happening, is I have a friend, and she has her own YouTube channel, and she's been asking me for quite a while now to teach her and her little group of friends how to pan. Well, I lost a lot of my gold pans during the flood. In fact, the only ones that really got saved were the ones that were still in my packs. The rest of them kind of floated away. So what I did is I ordered a few more super pans, the SP14s. So I got, I think, 3 more of those, and I think I ordered 4 or 5 snuffer bottles. And so I spent yesterday kind of conditioning those and such. But I told her, I said, well, I'm going to, she set a date for the 21st, which is 2 weeks from today. And I'm just going back here to this river because, one, it's close. It's easy for them to get to. It's not rugged terrain. And it's a replenishing bar. I've done several videos here. Rich and I actually, this is where the bank vault was. This is where our money pit was. When we could high bank, I think the best day we ever did was over a gram in about a 4 or 5 hour period. We hit a good spot, but without the ability to high bank, really slows you down. Even if you're going to recirc, you can only go so much before the water. This stuff here is so silty and got so much clay in it. I think that's what possibly burned my pump out last year. So, I mean, it can be done, but with one person, it really is slow. But with 2 people, while one person changes the water, another person can do a clean out, and you can get her done. But Rich has been so busy. We all got lives. Come on. I mean, I don't. I'm single. I live by myself. I got my grandbabies and my children, but they all got busy lives too. So, as much as I love spending time with them, they got busy lives, and you got to respect that. We were all growing up, and last thing you want to do is hang out with Grandpa. But anyway, so, well, as you can see, I have to take my Jeep now with gas prices. My Bronco's got that 351 in it, and it only gets 10 miles a gallon, and I have to run premium in it. So, yeah, that's, I could do it. If I was going on a hot date, I'll break out the Bronco, but other than that, we'll stick to the Jeep. So all I brought was my pans and stuff, and this is my pack of my extra pans. Basically all that's in here is pans and snuffer bottles and stuff. So, I stopped on the way here and talked to another friend who's been wanting me to teach him to pan, and he may show up, he may not, but I figured I'd give him the offer. So basically I got the chair, got I brought a couple Blue Hydrations and Blue Mountain Hydrations, and definitely always want to bring H2O. I waited until the afternoon, so I did all my chores in the morning, like laundry and dishes, all that kind of stuff, because the sun at this time of day starts to break the tree line, and you can already see the shadows starting to work their way out. It's been really hot here. This is the first week where the glaciers glacier melts have finally calmed down a little bit, this river here, because I go by it all the time on my route, looked like chocolate milk for weeks. And the worst part about that is the month before, it just rained every day, so all the creek levels were up. So things have finally calmed down. The river's back to normal. It's turning green again. It's a beautiful river. So let's get down there and see if we can find that nug. Gold Rush 22. Welcome back. Alright, just an update. I'm down here, and like I said, in the shade. Big difference between standing here and even standing right there. But we got a nice breeze. I'm going to kind of show you some things. Now, Richard and I are always very careful about filling our holes. The reason is one year, way down there, we dug a pit we called it the money pit. Really good. That's actually the hole we got a gram of gold in one day. But we had a surprise rise of the river, and it filled it. And the bad news is it filled it with just sand. So it really was a dangerous hole. We even went there to try to expand it and maybe get some rocks into it, and kind of expand the hole, and at the same time get some rocks in it. And I got stuck and almost lost my shoe. So we kind of put some logs over it and everything to keep people from walking in there. But the reason why I like coming to this bar, especially with new people, is it is a replenishing bar. Every time the glaciers melt and the river floods, small placer gold comes down, flour gold, and fills. So what happens is, just also to let you know the history of this river, this point right here has been, a long time ago, extended out because it was starting to erode the road. So they pushed the river out further. One of my goals is me and Richard get over there and do some rock crevicing. But you can see the sand, and then the rocks, and the bigger rocks, and then the really big boulders, and then by the time you get way down there, they're smaller to medium-sized rocks, and then back to sand. And the reason is this river kind of creates a circular backdraft, and it happens right there. So, and I'll show you here in a second. But the reason why I brought up the fill in the holes is when it's way down like this, you can tell almost where everybody's dug. A little harder with mine, believe it or not, that's actually the bank vault. I have other ones over here that right now you can't even tell because the sand went over them. But nice and flush, the sand replenish it, it's beautiful. Here, somebody had dug, and I pointed this out before. They left the gravels out, and you can even tell where they dug because there's a depression, which is right there. So you can see that, well, you may not be able to, but I can see it. So they left everything out, and it did gradually fill in with some rocks and stuff because you can see that these were pushed over. But the water level here gets all the way up to there. So, but as you walk along here, you'll see little patches of gravel here. Down there, that area has been dug probably 100 times over the years. And we got more gravel. Unnatural looking, obviously. Then we got stacks of rocks, unnatural, and a little dip there. So whoever did this that's where they dug. I can see the dip. So I like to kind of, then you can see somebody ran, looks like probably hand classified stuff here, but again, you can see the dip. There's a dip right there. But what I was looking at, because I always like to try different things, if you look out here when the water's low like that, you got boulders, 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 and we'll just keep walking up here. Beautiful day though. That breeze is awesome. Then all of a sudden, the boulders are getting fewer. You can even see the line out there. There's a line of boulders way out there. But then there's a dip, and then here's the back boulders. And there's still rocks down here. That has a big suck hole. But there's also like branches stuck in it. There's branches stuck here. Now, I found when I'm digging in a place that's pretty well known and popular, you know, everybody has those spots. It's not hard to get to. You can pack a chair in. And I'm lazy, so I pack a chair in. But what I like to look for is, one, try to find a place nobody dug. Find a place that's hidden. Also find a place that nobody wants to dig. It's too hard. I don't want to deal with it. So what I did, here's another good example of that backwash I told you. Just like, you know, I watch a lot of Flower Gold Wizard, and he does beach mining. You see all that black sand up there? That's how high the water got. But you can see that the whole line up there. And we'll get it down here too. But sand, and then the rocks start. Just a few here, then they start building up more and more and more and more. So what I decided was, well, if this water used to go this way, and more direct in line here rather than over there, I looked at the rocks. Somebody long ago dug there, but they've been moved around. That kind of looks like somebody dug there a long time ago. But you know, these shrubberies moving out. So what I kind of did is I walked around poking with the shovel to see how deep the sand is. And right down here, not even 8 inches deep, I hit that rock and I'm kind of playing. Over here, you can hear the rock. You know, and there's a rock there. But the spot I picked out is here, and I just got lucky. And so when I rolled that rock out, one, there's black sand, but the gravels are already turning. And those are the start. But you can see the layer of black sand. So, anyhow, it's just a prospecting day. This is where I'm going to start. I'm not going to worry about the top rocks. I'm going to get them off. I'm not trying to make a huge pit. I'm just trying to make a starter hold where when I bring some people down here to teach them how to pan, I can classify a bucket. Nice place to set up chairs. Nice cool water. Heck, that right there is even calm enough you could probably jump in. I'm not doing it. But, yeah, good place to start. I'll let you know. Let me see if there's a NUG. Gold Rush 22. Okay. First, Doug showed up. Doug's the friend I was telling you about. That he's on my route. Really good people. And he's been wanting to learn to pan. So we're going to teach him some panning. But I'm going to show you something here. That's just one pan. Wasn't even chock full. I don't know if I can get the glare out. Look at that big old chunker down there. That's a NUG. Anyway, I already went over to the beach with him. I was kind of talking to Doug about it. So, if I keep my pants from falling down. So, as you can see, I got probably 20 colors in that nice flake. And all I did was get down to those gravels. Now to do that, you know, you have to move some of the top rocks. That's original. I can tell, and for Doug, you see how it kind of has a, here, let me get my shovel. See how it kind of has a clay kind of stuff mixed in with the sand? When you pan this, it just silts up the river.
I see that, yeah.
So, we found a good spot. Now we're going to play around. I'm going to teach Doug. This is an iron deposit. I was explaining earlier that just because of this, it has a back jetty that brings stuff down. So my theory was, because the big rocks, you can see they're getting less and less and less, and then almost none in sand.
Okay.
So to me, the larger gold is going to come and settle. And they do. This side of that boat launch,
Yeah.
bigger flakes, fewer of them.
Yeah.
That side, more flakes, smaller ones. I'm trying to find the balance here. Now last year, we went about every 20 yards all the way when it was really low.
Uh-huh.
And we couldn't find a sweet spot. That good balance between big quantity and lots of it.
Right.
May have just hit it. Because you can bring pruners here, and you could work that whole area there, and that would be 3 or 4 yards.
So you only dig down to...
I test
what?
each layer.
Each layer?
Yeah, so I get the sand off, the overburden, and I don't even worry about the top rocks. Just get them out of the way. Because the gold's going to go and settle underneath them.
Okay. So actually that acts like an eddy.
Exactly. And so you get those top rocks off. Now, I never just throw away the top gravel. Once I get to the gravel, I don't throw them away.
Okay.
I test them.
Okay.
And that is why.
Okay.
Is because there can still be really good gold in it. Richard and I have dug way down. We were 5-6 feet down, removing another layer of boulders. We both hurt our back. And the gold wasn't as good. This is a replenishing bar. You're trying to find where it's trapped. We don't know. I mean, there could be bedrock down here somewhere, but it could be 30 yards down there.
So when you're doing this, you look for a good iron deposit, the black sand right there?
Not really.
Not
Okay,
really?
because that's not it. What I'm looking for, like I already explained this to them, and I'll edit this out.
I wanted to bring Heidi along, but her hips so bad.
Yeah, well, you see that hill. Well, howdy, just an update. Just finished pan number 2. I've been showing Doug how to pan. He's working on his first pan. He's already got a nug in there. We spotted it. You know, just like everybody, it's trusting your pan and trusting your techniques that you the gold down. That he's catching on quick. He's definitely going to take home some gold. I already saw it. But let me show you the second pan. I already counted it. We got a couple nice flakes in there. What we did is we just classified a few shovels full in the bucket so he can just scoop out some and put it in his pan. We're at just play around point right now. We found a good spot, but let me show you. So I'm going to snuffer that up. I think I'm going to have me a Blue Mountain hydration. I'm going to enjoy the peace and quiet. Maybe we'll get to see Doug fall in. But, yeah, he looks like he's having fun. He likes the outdoors, too. So, and he only lives, about a mile or 2 away. So, but he's a good guy. He deserves a nug. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, Abe. All right, well, again, we're still pitter-pattering around. I had myself Blue Mountain hydration and a little break. But I just finished my 3rd pan. And Doug's over there finishing his 2nd. He's already got a couple NUGS. But this is a really good pan. I counted them, even without my glasses. 27 flakes. But 2 really nice flakes in there. So, 2 NUGS. So, really spending more time just kind of relaxing. We were just talking about how peaceful it is. So, there's not enough for a full pan left in that bucket. So, maybe while he's still playing with that, I'll go classify a couple more arbor fabrication fulls. And just enough to do a couple more pans. Just having a nice relaxing day. Really makes me want to do a production day with Rich, though. This is... we found a good sweet spot. This is really good for this area. Probably even better than our money pit, Rich. But I'm going to relax a little bit more, maybe do a couple pans more. We'll be back. It's a good day. Glad I came. Gold Rush 22. Okay, well, we just finished what would that be, pan number 4? Basically, it wasn't even a full pan. It was about a third of a pan. I just finished off the bucket is all. So it wasn't even a full bucket. It was only not even a quarter full. So, but there's about a dozen to 15 colors in there. It's a really good spot. I think my friend and her group are gonna be able to find themselves a couple nugs. Of course, Doug's over there still playing around. He's getting it.
I got my 4.
He's got at least 4 in there, but trying to make sure that he knows it just takes practice is all. You know, I've been doing it for a few years, and even I need to slow down every once in a while. But he's getting it, and the more he practices, the better he'll get. And the only rule was that if he finds a real nug, it's mine. So I think we still got, you know, it's not even 4 o'clock yet. I think we got time for a little bit more, so I might classify a few more shovelfuls just to sit around here. And I still got another Blue Mountain hydration. It's still just beautiful out here, and the god darn deer flies are starting to come out too. But they bite. Ooh. But other than that, back to it. Back to it. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Gold Rush 22. Oh my, howdy, hey. So I sat and BS'd for a little bit, and I thought about it. And being how today's actual goal was find a good spot to bring my friend and her friends to learn how to pan, and I found it right off the get-go. It was a good spot. I'm happy for that because they're definitely going to find gold. I sent Gary home with some gold. We put it in a little vial. You need some practice, but I made some suggestions to him, and he lives close enough that he's a good guy. I'm happy for him. But let me show you. This is 4 pans, and not even my full pans. Truthfully, it's just 2 scoops, but of classified material. I usually can mound up my super sluice, and then I can process a lot of dirt really fast. But today was casual day. I'm having a lot of fun. It's peaceful. It's cool. Right now the breeze stopped, but normally there's a light little breeze. But let me show you what 4-pan snuffer dump looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm actually really happy with that. If Rich and I were here processing dirt, we would probably easily be a gram day, easily. But what I'm happy about most is I found a good spot to teach my friends how to pan. I did bury the hole, and I marked it a little bit. Hopefully nobody who sees this video comes and raids it. But if so, we can always find a spot near it or close to it or another spot. But hopefully it's there. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back next week and see just how much or how far that type of material, where it goes, or did I just hit a small little spot. So I don't know. We'll figure that out next week. But for now, I'm actually going to finish my Blue Mountain. I guess I don't need my reading glasses on anymore. I'm going to finish my Blue Mountain and get packed up and get home, make myself some dinner. Very relaxing day. I'm glad I came. I just want to say again, thank you for subscribing. I think I'm over 90 subscribers now. I haven't checked. I apologize for last week. What a knucklehead! Got all the way to the creek, and I did a pan, and I had one little speck of gold in there, and I went to get my camera, and it was gone. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to grab it. And I do have a new phone. I could have recorded on the phone, but honestly, I can't figure out how to get it from my phone to my computer, because just hooking it up doesn't do it, and I'm too old, and I have a camera, so I ain't gonna worry about it. But other than that, I want to just say thank you. for subscribing, and hopefully we can get a few more. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely going to be filming that panning day with a bunch of new people and see how they find stuff. And other than that, get out there and have some fun. Do your thing. Whatever your passion is, do it. Have a wonderful week. See you next time. Gold Rush 22.